We're back with more bones. Please ignore my red tongue because I've been eating spicy Cheetos all day. So yeah, have no regrets. But my mouth is on fire. We're starting a new season. Season 3, episode 1. Season 2 is really great, and I really like how it ended. Angela, it turns out that Angela was married, and she just decided to, her and Hodgins, to just leave the wedding. And I don't know where they went, but they just said peace and then left. And they finally arrested Brennan's dad. You know, he went peacefully because leaving would mean abandoning Bones all over again. So he decided to just stick around, even if it meant behind bars, which meant a lot. And that way, you know, he can start trying to have a relationship with her. And we'll see how that goes, right? Let's watch.
What the hell is that?
Oh, was that a skull? Oh shit.
Male, mid-30s. Attachment site suggests
The hell is this?
muscled, probably due to manual labor rather than...
Please don't tell me that Zack went to Iraq and then we're stuck with someone else. Because, yeah, I don't mind change. I don't mind new characters. But I don't want to lose Zack because I like him. So I don't know how to feel about this. No.
Been what, 3 months since Zack shipped off to Iraq? How hard could it be to replace him?
Man.
Hard. He's awesome.
Asian.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, you in the lab, me in the field, we are not working at our full symbiotic potential.
Late teens, early 20s.
That came flying off the back.
Do you think the rest of the skeleton is still in the truck?
No,
Why?
it didn't come flying out, it came flying off. It bounced.
Oh, bouncing skull.
Or cannabinol.
What?
Weed.
I wasn't high. I'm the designated driver. You piss test me if you want.
It's possible. If the truck were traveling at a certain rate of speed, spacing but not in depth, which suggests an ungual pattern.
What's an uncle pattern?
No, ungual. G. G. In the vernacular, our victim's face was chewed off by a cannibal.
Babe.
Wait, didn't something happen in Florida or something where this guy who was high on something attacked someone else and chew off his face? Didn't that happen? It was caught on tape too? I don't know.
Headaches, infected sinuses, maybe worse.
Osteomas are every bit as distinctive as fingerprints or retinas.
We'll check with local ear, nose, and throat surgeons, see if the pain drove our victim to seek help. Nice job.
The FBI forensics team just delivered like 1 million bone chips.
From the landfill?
And Booth says there's more to come.
Prodigy violinist disappears, and a month later, his skull ends up bouncing off a garbage truck.
Obviously, we are looking for someone who really, really hates classical music.
Yes. Final performance was at the Library of Congress. What's going on here?
It was impossible not to watch him when he played.
You don't look impressed. You
Yeah,
look
you
sad.
look. Yeah.
Like she lost something.
Like you've lost him.
Because she knew he was gonna die.
Like there was someone else.
There was?
There was someone else in his life. Someone I need to know about.
Ask her.
Rona Sumner?
Who's Rona Sumner?
Wife of Leo Sumner. Deputy Director of the Secret Service.
What?
The particles we found in the skull are pink cyanide. It's the Cadillac of granites.
How did it get on the skull?
I don't know.
Yes, I was intimately involved with Gavin Nichols.
Yeah, Mr. Sumner and I have to ask, were you aware of your wife's infidelity?
What you really want to ask, Agent Booth, is if I killed the boy for betting my wife.
I have a far more interesting question. Why didn't you come armed with the biggest, baddest lawyer in town?
Sorry, I don't feel them. Don't feel them, see? Don't feel
What Agent Booth means is that unless you can prove that Mr. Sumner knew about your affair with Gavin Nichols, this could all have been a story you cooked up after killing him.
We thought you might want proof.
What?
Ah, okay, so the kid and the cougar are bumping the uglies. He doesn't just enjoy hearing about his wife's sex life, he gets off on watching.
Which explains.
But why are you recording yourself? That's so weird.
Butcher instruments.
Any place where human remains would have come in contact with granite.
You're not gonna find nothing like that up here.
Up here?
Up here.
Old vault. Cut right into the foundation of the place.
Bones.
Oh, you found the rest of Gavin Nichols, didn't you?
What did you find?
I don't know.
Oh.
What is it?
What the
Silver?
fuck?
Not all these bones are silver. It's possible we just found more of Gavin Nichols.
What?
That's Gavin's violin.
Whoa. 12th century Calabrian? You know what that means?
Sure.
The Order of Alcantara? You people have no idea of the reach of the Illuminati, do you? Tell you what else. Hey, you know what? You don't want my answers? Don't ask me the questions.
Maybe he's just
Someone is replacing the silver
has the
bones
same
in
kind
the
of like
sculpture with
beliefs
human
and shit.
There's no way this manubrium and this sternum came from the same person.
We got a multiple murder.
Is she pleased?
Hell, you could go your whole career without catching something this juicy. Get access to the building.
The building.
Oh. The guy's like, holy shit. It was so close.
Can I move back into the place above your garage?
Are you kidding? Of course. Come here. Here, man.
Oh, I'm glad he's back.
Did you get wounded or something?
No, they just sent me home.
When can you start work?
Our cannibal has a diamond tooth.
Well, not the entire tooth, the diamond inset, left lateral incisor. It left a distinct mark on the skull.
So, if someone in the building conservancy or cleaning crew has a diamond in his tooth...
You're a smart boy, Jason. You went to private school.
6 of them. Got kicked out of every one.
Yeah, for attacking people in their sleep.
Should be very proud of yourself.
We have a warrant for that too, Jason, so either you bite or I'll make you.
Well, I'll bite you.
What do you need it for?
The diamond in your incisor left a mark on the skull.
Yeah, the skull that you gnawed on.
It's not like chicken or pork, you know? People always say that. It's more like beef.
Okay, thank you.
The face is a little sweeter, more tender. The younger the person, the better. Except for babies. Babies taste kind of like fish.
That's great.
Fibula and tibia of the right leg are from the same person. Left femur from a different person. 3 phalanges and 1 metacarpal, essentially an entire little finger, are from yet another person. Probably the violinist.
10 bones from 6 separate victims.
Yes.
Obviously, Jason Harkness was collecting parts from different people to create what?
I don't know.
There's potential for a lot of victims here.
And there's no way that it was a case of pre and post diamond inset?
What?
I know, in English.
What? The gnaw marks of Jason Harkness.
One bone, the femur, was gnawed upon by Jason and a second person. See the distinct second pattern? No, Jason was the one invited.
How do you know?
Well, the oldest bones were gnawed on by another person with no diamond in his incisor.
So we came in to wake him.
Oh god, is he dead? Just like the thing.
On a full lockup.
What does that even mean? How did they get to him?
Or sacrifice.
That's what, like he's being pulled into the sky against his will?
You mean aliens?
one definite possibility, yes. Also, the Rapture. Now, as I tried to tell you before, most secret societies have this figure deep in their origins. For Freemasons, it's known as the Widow's Son. It was all killed, just so you know.
Thanks, man. No, I just really. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
See, his knowledge of all this like conspiracy BS served its purpose. Yeah, I want to know more about this like crazy cannibal who's has this weird conspiracy ideas regarding the Illuminati or something. I don't know. But it was a great season opener, and I have very high hopes so far for what's coming up this season. I'm glad that Zack is back, although I do feel kind of bad for that guy that was here because he seemed really cool, and I really like that actor. I've seen him somewhere else, I just don't remember where. Hey guys, we are watching some Bones. We are in episode 8 of the 3rd season. So far this season has been really great. Like I said last time, I'm still waiting for the serial killer to come back because he is, right? It's like they haven't found him, and it comes up in all this like these episodes because they're still working on him. So I'm wondering when that's gonna come up. And since this one's called A Night on the Grid, I don't know if maybe that's like a hint that that's gonna happen. Just because of the theme of like the serial killer, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's just watch.
Bone, she usually kneels next to the remains.
These are designer pants, and my bodies are always so much gushier than Dr. Brennan's.
Just saying.
Doesn't mean you have to do
a
it.
Stab wound to the middle of the chest.
Right? It's like I know what I'm doing.
Looks like he might have been kneecapped. Mob thing, maybe?
Ew.
What's that?
Some kind of gemstone.
The knees.
That symbol looks familiar, like it's from some kind of seal.
Hey, look, Bones, you are gonna, stay with a friend, check into a hotel, right?
She can stay with me.
Thank
I think
you.
this is related.
Why?
Mr.
I don't know,
Kneecaps has
maybe.
your home address.
God.
I've identified the murder weapon.
Oh, that was quick.
Tapered 1.5 wide with both a
King of the
hilt and a
lab.
quillion. The candelore is also quite distinctive.
That's the Gormogon knife.
The serial killer?
Which is why the symbol looks so familiar. I've
Yes.
seen it on the tapestry in the vault.
How many victims?
Well, this statue contains the bones of at least 5 unidentified victims, plus the violinist.
That is the actual violinist's pinky.
Well, obviously Gormogon sent you his kneecaps to continue his work.
We are not fitting those kneecaps onto this skeleton.
Mark my words, you'll find something special about those kneecaps.
Okay, this now.
Off.
Well, don't look at me. My idea of art is a half-naked woman on the side of a band.
That's interesting.
No, it's not interesting, Sweets, because it was a joke.
No, it wasn't. He's like, no, it wasn't.
Well, Steve.
Or Steve. So weird.
Father Cooper was stabbed to death as a part
Steve.
of a series of cannibalistic murders.
A series of cannibalistic murders.
We're still trying to find out what they had in common.
He was writing a book.
About
The history of early Christianity, its ties to paganism, esoteric stuff. Somebody ate Doug?
Just a part of him.
God forgive
Yeah.
me, but sometimes I wonder if I'm little more than a Band-Aid.
Amen, Monsignor, amen.
Thanks, Steve.
Angela identified
Oh,
the
that
red-haired
was
figure
good.
on the tapestry.
Simple alphanumeric code. Each number corresponds with a letter. Civitas Capitolium.
Which means capital city. DC was laid out according to Masonic symbols. Now, notice the pentagram here over the White House?
And you see the compass and the square. Of Barabbas on this means backwards and upside down. So when the compass is inverted, it points to some very interesting landmarks.
The bank, where we found the vault.
The place where Father Cooper's body was dumped.
The highway overpass, off of which Gavin Nichols' head was thrown.
What's
There.
It's an old mansion, it's now a nursing home.
And
What's that?
A mausoleum at Silver Hill Cemetery.
You want to look inside?
Hell yeah, I do.
That is
Mausoleum
actually, that's
since
really
the
cool.
1800s. It's paid for by a trust. Booth. This one's completely made of bone.
Yeah. I was gonna say, that looks complete. So how many victims are there? Jesus.
Identified 18 different victims.
Oh.
And I'm not done. All bones show cannibalism indicators. This tibia appears to be over 50 years old.
You mean the victim's over 50?
What I mean is the victim was killed over 50 years ago. Do not match Gormogon's teeth.
Oh
my God. We have another cannibal out there, an old one?
The gemstone
he
you found in
trained.
Father Cooper's chest?
to Dr. Brennan on this tapestry.
It looks like a bunch of tarot cards.
Okay. The architect, the martyr, the orator, the musician, the bishop, the corruptor.
Whoa. That's it.
What?
Gavin Nichols, the musician.
Father Cooper was a bishop.
He's doing it in order.
Situation. Each master must create one of these sculptures while training an apprentice. When it's complete, the master retires, the apprentice becomes the master, starts his own project.
So Gormogon used to be the apprentice.
Now he's the master.
Free sessions that the master has access to at-risk children.
Kid's got chops.
But anything else?
Yeah, it must be killing him that you have this. This is like his whole reason for living. You might be able to find some way to use that.
We know you went to Turkey with the Knights to visit the mythical site of the Garden of Eden.
And you think that there's a cannibal out there who has something against a group of civic-minded men who do good works in their community?
Look, the guy
Yes.
we're after.
FBI is investigating influence peddling. I am one of your targets. Somebody eating the faces off the Knights of Columbus. How stupid do you think I am?
Right now,
Very.
very, very stupid.
I don't get it. What does it mean?
Gormogon has been watching us this whole time.
Even the driver knows what we're transporting.
The MRI at Bethesda will tell us if
Why are you
Gormogon
yelling?
hit anything within the bones.
Like what?
I don't know. That's why we need the MRI at Bethesda.
Yeah.
Don't have to scream. I'm right here.
Right.
Okay, all units be advised. I got a motorcycle with no plates.
Whoa.
Easy. Get down.
What way?
Oh my God.
See, that's how he knew.
Who's got the motorcycle?
Nobody. We lost the follow car.
Damn it. Wait, what about the truck?
It's fine.
Wait a second, he knew the truck was a decoy. He wasn't trying to get the skeleton back, he was trying to kill us. What?
Oh, is that a crystal?
It's a human tooth.
Oh.
He put human teeth in his bomb for shrapnel.
Bones. He was trying to kill us because we know.
Now you believe them? An FBI agent is telling you that you're in danger.
He got a
dude.
knife.
Like,
He got a knife.
he's insane. Dude, that's insane.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's over. Okay? Okay. All right.
Dr. Sweets. Dead apprentice. Gormogon needs a new apprentice. He may have already found one. We're looking for a kid in his teens.
To match, that was Gormogon's tooth lodged in my shoulder.
The tooth found in your shoulder was chipped. In fact, all of the teeth we found, almost a full set, were chipped.
Due to the explosion?
Were made by common hardware store pliers.
He pulled out his own teeth?
I don't know. Certainly they were removed with pliers.
No, that's what happened, Zack. Gormogon pulled out all his teeth, one by one with pliers, and put them in a bomb.
Exactly how far back should I be standing?
Ready? Door, tray, lid, tongs.
Whoa.
It's a key with a barcode on it.
You called me to the FBI because you found a key to my office? Nobody's used a key like that since the 70s. It was before my time.
Wait a second, has that office always belonged to social services?
Yes. Back then it was dealing with foster care and group homes. It's just that man that was in that office is a bit of a legend. He helped a lot of kids find their way.
What was his name?
Arthur Graves. Well, he's retired now.
He wouldn't happen to live in a nursing home that used to be a mansion, would he?
Mr. Graves has been here for 5 years.
Listen, we got a court order here to get a dental imprint from you.
Mr. Graves, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just need you to bite down on this for me.
Oh, hey. Sorry. He's not like that usually. I think you may have frightened him.
How'd he lose his teeth?
They'd all been pulled when he got here.
We know who you are. We know what you did.
All right, Bones, it's okay. Let's go. Check out his case file, see what kids he could have recruited. Come on. Okay, while I'm here, I'm gonna get a court order to monitor Arthur Graves' visitors. Just in case Gargonzola decides to come back and visit his old master.
I don't know if they can do anything about it now. Like, I don't know. Angela was great this episode. Why? This episode has been probably the creepiest one. That was horrible. With like the teeth being pulled and the using it as an explosion and just how crazy people are. Like the whole thing with like the master and like the apprentice, that old guy who is pretending to have Alzheimer's because he obviously knows, because he was like laughing. And I don't know if anything can be done about him because he's already old and he's still over here pretending to have amnesia, so I don't know. The fact that he was like so good to homeless kids, and I don't know. All that stuff was just like crazy. I enjoyed the thing with Russ, but it was hard for me to get invested in that when all these shit's happening, like with this serial killer. I don't know, like that really caught my attention, so I was just like waiting for them to get to that more. Like I said, Angela was amazing in this episode because she discovered a lot of things, and I found it interesting, the scene between Booth and Sweets. I liked that the Sweets isn't involved. Him being so paranoid and just having all this knowledge, because I like Angela even at one point said that he was the Gormogon as a joke, right? Like he was the guy, maybe you are the Gormogon. And I thought this, but then we saw at the end that the guy attacked, like the apprentice attacked that lobbyist. So yeah, I didn't think we were going to actually see his face, because before that, I was just like, is it Hodgins? Is Hodgins the apprentice? That would be like super dramatic, right? If somehow, because it's like saying how they started as good guys and Sweets was just like, are you empathizing with them or something? I don't know. That was weird. So that's why I like that came to mind. But then at the end we saw the actual apprentice, right? That was the apprentice. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad that we're going back to this serial killer, because it's probably one of the craziest ones that I've seen. It's insane. Dedication, man, and just the level of creepiness is just off the charts. So thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
2 silver screws. Silver screws, as in...
Silver skeleton?
As in...
Gormogon?
That's speculation.
Tooth marks. Someone's been snacking on that.
Snacking, as in cannibalism?
Evidence of cannibalism does not necessarily mean...
Bones is Gormogon. Has to be.
Oh, God. Who is he eating this time?
But not normal commercial dentures you get from the dentist.
Main ingredient is polymethylmethacrylic.
These dentures were homemade.
I got our victim's DNA results back.
Is it the lobbyist?
Yep, Gormogon's last victim.
I was wondering when some part of him would show up.
Oh, yeah.
White powder.
It would entail the use of complicated co-solvents to allow copolymerization without substantial phase separation. Monomer's
Sure.
melting point is far below
That's
the
English. Oh my god!
I'm alright, I'm okay.
Zack!
Oh my god.
Oh no, are you serious? How did this happen?
Zack.
How the hell did that happen?
Do you know how this happened?
Yeah.
I just added the 3 grams of monomer.
That doesn't make sense. There were no dipoles like amide or carbonyl in the monomer, were there?
No, just simple phenylethyne.
That's what I thought. And the PMMA was just...
Hodgins, he has third-degree burns.
We'll get through this.
Thank you, Dr. Brennan.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Containers must have been switched. Zack thought he was adding a monomer he had made himself, but it was actually a volatile explosive.
When?
Yes,
When would that even happen?
Cancel all my patients. You don't have to tell them anything.
Skeleton.
Where'd it go? We don't know. I came down to see if the screws matched the silver in the skeleton, and the skeleton was gone.
But there's security cameras and sensors covering every inch of this place.
They all failed.
All of them?
When Zack's explosion set off all the alarms, every security camera in the building failed.
The door to the loading dock was unlocked.
So that was
Someone
planned.
stole the skeleton.
Fast forward, Hodgins passes Zack the container of tricyclic acetone peroxide.
Thought it was the monomer.
The explosion occurred at 12:03 and 22 seconds. At 12:03 and 22 seconds,
Aren't there any backup systems?
all dead too.
Where were the guards?
There was a chemical accident that takes precedence over any other security issue. At 12:18 and 41 seconds. The explosion was a diversion set up by Gormogon.
He's here in the lab. It's an inside job. Gormogon works the Jeffersonian.
Either Gormogon or his new apprentice.
That's a totally freaky thought.
Yeah, it's Booth. Listen, I need a full forensic team sent.
Medical legal lab has over 100 employees.
Okay, let's look at the potential suspects. It's definitely not Brennan. Not Angela. I don't think... No. So that just leaves... Because he passed, like... Okay, hold on, let me think. I just wanted to watch that scene again. So Hodgins passed him the whatever, and he thought it was one thing, but it's another one. Zack chose to be the one to do it, right? They had this kind of argument about who gets to mix it up. And he's like, oh, well, I'm king of the lab, so I have to do it, right? So he's the one that chose to do it. So it could be Hodgins, but that would be very suspicious. Like this, that would be like the easy things, like, oh, he passed him the thing, and he obviously didn't know what it was. He obviously thought it was like not going to cause any damage. So I think Hodgins is out. So if we look at it, it's either Sweet, because he has access to this whole thing. He has all this knowledge in psychology, so he understands the Gormogon and everything. He's been studying Brennan and Booth. I don't know, where was he when this happened? Who knows exactly his location? I don't remember. And they make him seem a little bit suspicious in this episode, right? Because of, you know, establishing that he was the one that chose not to tell Brennan about Booth being alive, and him going on TV, and everybody was just like, they're not really taking that as a good thing that he was on TV talking about the Gormogon. So they're kind of giving him a lot of screen time to make it look like he is, maybe we can suspect him, Not to be that the Gormogon, but they also mentioned that it could be the student, right? So Sweets would be the most like obvious suspect if we look at how they're showing in this. But it could also be Zack, because he was the one that did this thing, and if it was a diversion, then he needed to pour this thing at a certain time in order for it to blow up, and the other person could go in and steal that. So it had to be calculated, wouldn't it have to be like timed? So it would be very like a huge coincidence for Zack to do that at the exact time that it needed to be done in order for the other guy to come in and take it, right? But if we're talking about that, then it's two people. So it could be that there's the student and the actual older guy was already there to take it himself. Ooh, would it be cool if Zack and Sweets were like somehow working together? But yeah, if it's an inside job, those are the only two that would make sense, because who else? Like, I don't feel like it's gonna be Angela. And if they're actually going to do this, if they're actually going to do this whole inside job thing, it has to be someone that we are emotionally invested in. Because if it's just some random weirdo, if it's some random guy in a coat, it's not going to have the same punch. We're talking, this is like the last episode. The Gormogon has been hyped up for a long time. So if they know what they're doing, it's going to be someone that we care about, because it needs to have an emotional punch. So Hodgins, maybe, also because he's a conspiracy theorist, so there's all that stuff of him not trusting the system and the FBI and stuff, but then he's the one that actually made the test to see what it was that exploded. So I don't know, but Hodgins might be on the list just because of all these things, and it would be very impactful. Sweets is my other suspect, and Zack. Yeah, because Cam, I don't feel like Cam. Why would Cam do it? I don't know. I don't know what I feel about Cam. Maybe. Sorry, I know I'm taking a long time. I'm just thinking about what Cam's motivations would be. I don't know what Hodgins' motivations or Zack motivations or Sweet motivations would be. Sweet's maybe because he may be very interested in the Gormogon, and maybe he got fascinated by him, kind of like what happened between Hannibal, right, and Will. So that's why it makes some sense. I don't know why Zack and Hodgins would be doing that, or like motivated to do this, to follow the Gormogon, let alone Cam. So I guess Sweets would be my main suspect, just because I feel like he would have more reasons, or I can see where that would happen, that he got really into it, psychologically speaking, and maybe while he was trying to study him, he got fascinated by him and started to understand him, and then he started following him. But Zack also is a very impressionable person, so of all those three, I feel like Zack would be the most easily to manipulate if they're going with that route, like manipulation wise, because all you need to do is, you know, kind of use the right words or get him interested and kind of find like a common thing that Zack would find interesting, so that he would understand the reasoning why that has to happen. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Let's just watch this. I've been talking for a while now.
He's even suspect of the FBI, with whom he works closely.
It's all supposition. There's no concrete evidence.
Go on.
Booth.
What? Hodges knew all about the secret
This
societies.
makes me
He figured out
suspect
the
Sweets
patterns
even more
Gormogon
if he's
used
trying
that
to...
led us to the vault.
Yes, he was doing his job.
Or justifying himself. He had access to all the chemicals Zack was using. He could have changed the labels. We're trying to catch a killer. I thought it best not to waste time.
Right? He maybe like misdirection.
Well, his opinions won't get you a conviction. He doesn't have any evidence.
Yeah, but he's a profiler with a great track record.
Who?
Well, that makes sense.
What?
Throw suspicion off him.
Oh.
Sweets?
You think that Sweets is the killer?
Well, he shows up right after you find the Gormogon vault, when Gormogon's at his most vulnerable. And in therapy, he plays you two like a cheap piano until you ask for his help with the case.
Wait a second, nobody plays me like a cheap piano.
No way, find it. Just trust me, Sweets is your boy.
Now I'm not so sure. I mean, I don't know. It seems.
Right. Sorry.
Now they're making him like super creepy.
The rumor is one of us is a suspect. Who is it?
Look at the light.
I can't say you know.
The lighting they use on him now.
And since it's rumor, it might not even be true. Right? If you need me, I'll be at my station. Helping.
The power of editing.
Wait, you guys actually think that I'm Gormogon's apprentice?
Oh, somebody is. That way I can lock you up, check out your story, and not worry about you running off to Bolivia.
This is fierce wretched.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're projecting, Agent Booth. You have a reasonable hostility toward Gormogon, but you have no outlet for those feelings, so you're using me.
Am I gonna have to break out my cuffs?
You know what? Yeah, you are gonna need your cuffs, because I'm not about to make this easy for you.
I don't know, because also I've seen this before
How's
when
Zack?
the best way to take
he's in a lot
suspicions
of
out of
pain,
yourself is to
but
make yourself
he
the
won't let me
victim.
push the painkiller button.
No one could have switched the chemicals. I locked up the container when I left the room. I had the only key. You would know, but you... I'm afraid the painkillers, while pleasant, dull my intellect.
Sometimes your friends gotta step in.
Don't you think it's time to go home?
So now they make it seem like they want to shut him up, right? It's like, no.
Sorry, Cam.
Get knocked out.
Seem to be a bit anxious.
Don't worry about it. It's going around. Hodgins came to talk to me and I almost jumped out of my skin. And?
They were not made by artificial dentures. Zack should have known that.
He made a mistake. It happened.
No, he lied. He lied.
Zack was wrong about the dentures.
No.
What do you mean? Cam and Caroline said.
He knew they weren't artificial. Any first-year student would know that. The dentures were made from real teeth, all canines. He took the teeth from bone storage and he made Gormogon's dentures.
Zack has complete access to the lab. He arranged for the explosion himself.
It's Zack. He's the killer, but Zack.
Oh my god, I suspected him, but I still got like chills.
Conditional expressions is a non-profound generalization.
Why though?
Of
Like, was he
propositional
just
calculus.
manipulated?
Oh, we need the room.
That probably hits the
Are
hardest.
you absolutely certain? Because
You looked at the mandible.
But it's still...
You had to know I'd see it eventually.
I didn't foresee the extent of my injuries. I was going to sneak out of here, but...
Your friends never left your side.
And you intended to steal the jawbone and add it to the silver skeleton.
But you designed the explosion.
Wow, Zack.
It's not what he's called.
Then what is he called?
The Master.
What the
apprentice?
I need a name.
I can't tell you. The apprentice is expendable. I'm expendable.
Who is he? World.
The Master's logic is irrefutable.
Irrefutable? I saw him choking a child at the bottom of a pool.
If you knew what I know, you'd understand.
What? What is it?
You'd be proud of me.
I've always been proud of you, Zack. I've never met anyone more rational or intelligent. But there's a fault in your logic. Is more important than a single person's life.
And you save Hodgins.
Yet you risked it all so you wouldn't hurt Hodgins.
Why though? I still want to know, like, what's the rationality?
You're correct. There's an inconsistency in my reasoning.
Bones, I need a name.
3 months ago at a symposium on burning plasma diagnostics.
Zack.
3 months?
Who this guy is. I need to go get him. Now.
I've never known his name, but I've been to his house. I was blindfolded when he first took me there, but I remember every turn he took, and I was able to estimate his speed. He'll have a knife. He's very fast, and he's very strong.
Oh shit. I want to know what he told him, like, why?
Did you get him?
Got him.
Who was he, Booth?
Nobody. Am I right? There's nobody. An invisible man angry at history for not seeing him.
Yeah, for a nobody, he sure wrecked a lot of lives.
Zack confessed to killing the lobbyist. Stabbed him in the heart.
He never ate anybody?
No.
So how did this happen?
Logic.
No. I'm sorry, Cherie. That might cut it with you eggheads, but this happened the way this always happens. A strong personality finds a weak personality and takes advantage. I hope we fry the guy. He pleads guilty, cooperates, and we find him non-compos mentis. That way, Zack is moved to a secure psychiatric facility instead of going to prison.
No, I won't stand up. Zack isn't actually insane. What?
Sweet.
He is not insane, though. That's true.
We love Zack.
Yeah, well, he killed someone. He deserves to be locked up for the rest of his life.
I feel I must point out that what Dr. Soroyan just said is obviously her way of handling grief.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean it. Quite the opposite, in fact.
I knew the day I met Zack, he'd cause me pain.
Oh, man.
So what do you got there, Hodgins? This is, it's Zack's favorite stuff.
Well, what are we gonna do with it? Where he's
Of
going,
course.
I might actually let him have it. Oh, I got him that.
It's interesting that all
What
of his
is it? Do you
favorite
see
things are
something?
objects you people gave to him.
I never gave him anything.
You gave him
he
more
totally loved you.
than
I mean,
anybody.
as much as he was capable.
You gave him knowledge.
Dear Mr. Addy, it is my pleasure to offer you the post of my intern in forensic anthropology. I chose you from hundreds of applicants because of your knowledge, your desire to learn, and because I feel you will find a home here. I think you gave him something great, Bones.
Oh, son of a bitch. Gonna end like this? Ugh. Man. See? This is what they wanted. This is the reaction. If it had been someone random, it wouldn't cause this, right? So I feel like it was a good choice for it to be Zack, even though it hurts like hell. And I don't know if EC gone, like we're not gonna see him anymore, I guess. But it kind of makes sense because he would be very easily to manipulate. If someone knows how to talk to him and someone knows how to use that logic against him, then yeah, I can see that's happening, which sucks. But yeah, I like the way that they did it because they did make us suspicious of both Hodgins and Sweets, but not Zack. And I feel like the reason is because Zack is the victim here, right? He was the one that suffered injuries. But because your girl has seen enough TV shows to know that oftentimes the person that suffers the injuries, the so-called victim, is also a suspect, because it's very easily to just not take them as a serious suspect because they're the victim, right? And that's just a really good way of kind of to do the whole diversion thing where, okay, you know, I'm the one that got hurt, so obviously I'm not the one that caused this, right? Because but Zack said that he didn't plan for his injuries to be that severe. He wanted to just hurt himself just enough to get to the hospital and then escape. But then he didn't account for the fact that his friends were not going to leave him alone, that he's just beloved by them, and he's like, no, we're going to stay. So he didn't see the opportunity to escape because he was never left by himself. And he said that, like, that's not necessary, but he couldn't, like, argue too much. And also it makes sense because it also needed to be timed. I feel like if this was just one person job, it would have been kind of difficult because someone had to make sure that the explosion happened at the exact time and then manage to go in and steal the skeleton. And I'm not saying that it couldn't be done, but I feel like it would have been a lot harder, right? He would have had to, like, wait for the explosion to happen and then go in, which I guess it's possible, but I don't know. They had to change the thing to make it explode, so the only two people that have the access really of the lab was Hudgens and Zack, right? Because Sweets had access to the lab, but not in that moment. I don't know. So it does make sense. But still, Jesus, it's just really hard because I loved Zack and now he's not going to be around. So I wonder if it was planned from the beginning. It doesn't seem kind of random to me. Maybe it does for some people, but to me it's interesting, especially because they've been after this Gormogon for 3 months, and this is for more than that, for a long time. And in 3 months, the past 3 months, Zack has been the apprentice, but he was not the one that killed the apprentice, the lobbyist. Didn't we see some other guy stab him? Right? Do you remember that episode where they went to see the old guy and he didn't have any teeth? And then the same thing with the bike and the explosion, right? That very same episode where they were trying to protect this lobbyist. At the end, we saw him, like someone jumped out of the closet or something to try and kill him, and that wasn't Zack. So I wonder if they were planning something different and they just forgot about that and then they just did this. Like, what? So yeah, that was an amazing episode. The only bad thing that I have to say is, like, at the beginning was kind of unnecessary, and it's just toying with people's feelings for no reason. But it's kind of weird that they, you know, started toying with people's feelings and be like, ah ha ha, gotcha, and then they still break you at the end. So yeah, that's the end of the season. Let's watch some gag reels, shall we? Okay. Season 3 gag reel. Here we go. Because we need some laughter up in here. We suffered way too much.
Okay, dispatch, I need a forensics team in a car to pick up a...
Safety's on.
Yeah, what you are is a drunk, Louis. Dispatch, I need a forensics team in a car to pick up a possible... It's not possible.
What's going on there? Are we having a problem over there?
Excellent. Kringle gets suspicious, he catches the pickpocketer.
You compared.
As indicated by a skull which has been gnawed upon.
Dispatch, I need a forensics team in a car for... You know, I just hate this line. I really, really hate it.
It was good for business. You're talented. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
He said...
Roland.
Sorry. Oh, man.
I've contributed a great deal to numerous campaigns, and I'd have... No, that's not what I was going to say. Sorry.
Chicken cacciatore.
Say more.
Chicken cacciatore. It's my couture. My couture.
They're just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
June Harris murdered his mother. That's not right, sorry.
And still rolling.
Ready?
The ha 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 ha.
I'm a funny guy.
Oh, that's my line.
You know, what you are is a drunk, Lou. Hey, dispatch, I need a forensic team in a car to pick up a burglar and a... Burglar. It's not a burglar. What is it?
Oh, no.
It won't open. Let me do it again. Half sisters. It was Cat Curtis.
There's a fly up your nose.
Oh, can you give me that line again? Half sisters. It was good. Don't laugh at me, David.
Tommy and I were old friends. We used to be college roommates. Bud buddies, if you know what I mean.
Butt buddies?
Butt buddies?
Yeah. Used to be butt buddies? Yeah. You used to be a butt buddy?
Bud buddies.
Huh? In college? With your best friend, you were butt buddies. Huh? Answer me. You just told me you were a butt buddy.
Bud
buddies.
buddies.
Yes. I don't know what that means.
I'm so lost now.
No. Sorry, dude. Had to throw it out there.
That was good.
Can you just please call action when I'm ready? I mean... Whenever you're ready. No, I can't.
Whenever you're
That's
ready.
a good cut.
Does yours ever look pink?
No, but I'm not a victim. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna go back to my pink line.
He ain't no Brad Pitt, is the point, no matter how much he takes off his shirt.
I thought that was on silent. It was text message.
It's Matthew McConaughey calling.
Whew. Do you know who Kristen was seeing? Oh, you're on me now? Sorry.
It's a type of bone spur that grows from the skull down into the sinus cavity.
I have a line. But let's go back.
Let's do that.
I was trying to think about my inner work and how brilliant I am as an actor.
All right, you know what you are is a drunk, Lou.
Oh my
Hey,
God, how
dispatch,
many...
I need a forensics team in a car to pick up a possible... Not possible. What you are is a drunk.
How many times do I have to shoot this scene? Oh my God. Yeah, it kind of took some of the pain away, but not really, not entirely. God damn it, Zack. Why did you do this to us? Okay. I'll see you on season 4. Bye.